Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King. Today we are talking about a brand new character recently released. Her name is Miho. I can actually pronounce her name, which is incredible. I can never pronounce anybody's name on these games. But you know what? Something that's really caught my eye about this character is they did just give her to you when she was released. But that's not all that gets my attention. One thing about these characters that I have to tell you guys and gals about out there, these are the characters that are going to make this game shine the most. Seven Knights Global, I have to be honest with you, it's been going a little downhill, especially with some of the updates. I'm not trying to own the developers or anything. I'm not trying to make fun of you guys. Really, I'm a huge fan of your game. I love the work you're doing. Really, every update you guys come out with is amazing. And I say that I'm a huge fan. I'm a really big fan of you guys' game. Keep up the good work, but the last update is what really hit people hard, is with the Crusaders. Now, every time the global version seems to add new characters, especially the characters that were released on the Korean version, and they are adding them on this one, they seem to be nerfed. And the way they're nerfed makes the game... makes them, not the game, makes the characters seem less useful. Let me give you an example. Seg, right here.
Madness has no
end. Seg was used everywhere in the Korean version. He wasn't just used for Castle Rush mode. Even though he is great there, he was really greatly used in Raid, and he was used in guild battles as well. Seg is definitely a really universal character in the Korean version, but after they nerfed him in such a way, it made him just not a very good character. And the same goes for the rest of the characters on this list. Although their specialties are good, it's just that they're not as good as they used to be. I mean, really not as good as they used to be. And when that nerf was there, and it's not just these characters, there are many other characters that have been nerfed and people just do not like them. The Awakening characters. Ever since they released the Awakening characters, they've been nerfing the mess out of them. But on the bright side of things, I feel like these characters, the Hidden Masters, or other hero lists that I'm sure they are going to release that are going to be completely unique to this game, the global version of Seven Knights. They're going to be unique to the story. They are going to be unique completely. And they're only going to be available in the global version. These characters on this list, and pretty sure many other lists that they are planning on adding, not just this list in particular, the brand new characters, the unique ones, are going to make this game shine the most. But without further ado, let's take a look at the possessed girl, Miho. Her passive, Waiting to Strike. Become immune to all damage for 12 hits. Massively increases lethal attack rate. All allies become immune to debuffs for 2 turns. So, great hero. Really great hero. I'm pretty sure she has all AoE attacks. So I'm really positive about that. Because I think his name's Callahan. Am I right? Yes, his name's Callahan. Alright. Just like Callahan, he has all AoE attacks, so I'm expecting her to have the same.
This is just the beginning.
But I have to be honest with you, I did not expect her to be a mage. I mean a fighter. I actually expected her to be a mage, not a fighter, because she just seemed like she was a mage. The way her character looked, it seemed like something a mage would be. But, you know, I'm kind of glad she's a fighter, though, because I don't really use too many mages on my team, and now that I know that she's a fighter, I might actually use her. And since she was given to me, I might try to level her up. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I might give it a try. But anyways, let's take a look at her first active ability. Dance of Carnage. Inflicts 110% physical damage on 3 enemies with the highest physical attack or magic attack 2 times. Critical hit will be applied. Electrifies the enemy for 2 turns at a certain rate. Nice. That is really nice. So I was right about the AoE thing, and I'm pretty sure her next ability will be AoE as well. But there is something I am noticing is attacking the enemy with the highest power. That's something Callahan does as well. He has a similar move to that. Let me see if I can bring it up for you. No, that's not it. Yeah, here it is. He does a very similar thing, so what I'm getting from her so far is she's definitely very similar to Callahan.
This is just the beginning.
I'm not entirely sure if they're going to do that with all the characters on this hero list, is make them particularly useful in Arena. That's what they seem to be going for, or in a lot of characters like this seem to be pretty good in Celestial Tower too. Celestial Tower. A lot of Callahan is really good in Celestial Tower. I like bringing him in there. He's really useful, so I'm expecting her to be pretty good in there too. Arrogant Strike inflicts 100% physical damage on 3 enemies with the highest physical attack or magic attack 2 times. Reduces the enemy's buff duration by 3 turns. Increases the enemy's skill CD by 25 seconds. So, very good Arena character. Very good in Arena. So I'm really planning on getting her. I'm a huge Arena guy. If most of you know me on this channel, most of you that do, you know that I'm a huge Arena guy. I love the Arena on this game, but the idle skill can get very irritating. Very irritating. Incredibly irritating. But anyways, let's take a look at her awakening skill. Shout of Despair. Inflicts 50% physical damage on all enemies 3 times. Piercing will take effect. Randomizes the enemy's formations and positions. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, okay, let's take a look at her anime. That is going to make an awesome thumbnail right there. I'm going to make that look really cool, too. I'm going to make that look really cool. I'm going to do something cool with that tiger. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do that. But anyways, let's take a look at her animation, shall we? Nice.
Why don't you dance with Tig? How foolish of you! You can't stop me!
Man!
I will punish you! Time to say your last goodbyes!
Man, that looked like an awakening skill right there. Are you sure I didn't accidentally press the awakening skill? Man, that was sick. These animations, man.
You will not be forgiven for this! Kneel before me!
Man. Savage. Oh. Man, this character made up for it right here. This character, every animation, even the attacks are awesome. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to level her up as fast as I can because I really like her. She's really cool. But I have to say, this definitely makes up for their previous mistakes. There is one thing I have to say. Developers, please do not nerf. I don't want to sound rude or anything because I do love your game. I really do. Don't nerf the new characters you guys come out with. I mean, you're just slightly new characters. Because let me just say this about Seven Knights. This game, the global version of Seven Knights, became popular. Now this I'm positive about, became popular through the Korean version. Why do I say that? Because most people who knew about Seven Knights were playing the Korean version. And they really loved that game. They were looking for it to be released globally instead of just them making a whole new game. A whole new ball game. Really, that's what's going on here. When you came out with this game, you completely started from scratch. None of the Awakening characters were released. Everything was from square one, and no one expected that. But everyone from the Korean version found out about this one. The ones who were speaking, who could not speak or read Korean, found out that you guys released a global version, and then they came over to this game. The few that knew about it are most of your players. I'm not gonna lie about it, but most of the people who are playing the global version have played the Korean version of Seven Knights. That's how they even found out about it. That's how this game really got popular, is from the players of the Korean version. And when you nerf some of the characters that are from the Korean version, and you nerf them in such a way, I have to say, not entirely the best idea. I don't want to tell you guys what to do or anything, because if you watch my previous videos, I'm just not the type of guy to get angry, but I'm not. But I'm just gotta be honest though, if you change something so great, it really, really does work on your game. It changes a lot, and not in a good way either. It makes people feel uncomfortable. It makes people feel like maybe I shouldn't get my favorite character now that he or she is barely even useful anymore. Because that's the way I felt about Seg. Because, you see, I used to use Seg everywhere in the Korean version. Literally, I used him everywhere. Not just in one place. I used him in many places. I used to use him in Arena a lot until he started getting killed a little too much. But after that, I started to use him in everywhere else besides Arena. I used him in Adventure, I used him in Raid, I used him in Castle Rush, I used him in Tower, I used him in Celestial Tower. I used him in every mode besides Arena. Really. So now that I can only use Seg really in one mode, I mean, I can use him in other modes, but he's very, very weak. I mean, dangerously weak in the other modes now. So I can't really use him anywhere else besides Castle Rush, and that really let me down. So as far as the other fans of the other characters, they feel the same way. I mean, check my comment section. I don't see anyone who's really, really that happy about the updates. I'm being serious about that. Even some of the people that kind of like some of the characters, they still feel disappointed that they've been nerfed. They really do. Like, I can really just take most of my comments on my last video and tell you guys that no one was really satisfied with this update. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, these characters are useful, and a friend of mine told me that, yeah, some of these characters are very useful, but it is very disappointing that they have been nerfed. This nerf just doesn't feel good to me. Now, again, I'm not the type to get angry. You guys don't really have to do this. This is kind of just a request. Please just don't nerf the characters, because I know this is your game. You guys do what you want with it. Again, I'm not the type of guy to get angry. I love your game. I love it to pieces. No matter what you guys do, I'll always love your game. Even with this huge nerf that you did on the characters, I still love you guys' game. There's nothing you can do to make me stop playing, really, because I love this game that much. But if you guys want to maintain like some of your best players, and those are the players that are from the Korean version, like your fans, those are your huge fans, like me and a couple of my friends. You guys, I just don't think you should nerf some of the characters. Just keep them the way they were, because they're awesome the way they are. And I'm pretty sure if you keep them the way they are, you will get a whole bunch of love, even from the newer players. The people who haven't heard of Seven Knights will love your characters, because I guarantee you, even they aren't very satisfied with the newest characters being particularly good in one place and nowhere else. What's the use of the awakened character? An awakened character is supposed to be all powerful, right? So why make them good in only one place? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my review on Miho and a little talk about the nerfs and the updates concerning the game. Hopefully they won't nerf anything else when it's released. Hopefully they won't change anything too greatly, because the story in itself of Seven Knights is great how it is. Although I do welcome the newer characters. I really, really do love the new characters that the global version is coming out with, so I hope they keep that up. But as far as characters, how they are, how they fight, I would like to see that stay the same, because I use every one of these characters in the best way possible, and that's everywhere. And when you put restrictions on that character to where they're only good in one place, that makes the game feel a little less fun, if you ask me. It doesn't say, oh, use all the characters, you have to use all the characters. And that kind of just, it's not about using all the characters to me. It's just, because I do use all the characters, trust me, I do. I just rather being able to use the characters the way I want and the way I feel is the most comfortable. And I believe I speak for all players when I say that. They want to use their characters the way they feel is the most comfortable, and they want to use their tactics to use the character. I don't think the players want to rely on somebody else's tactics to use these special characters. They want to use their brain and come out with their own unique way to use these characters. Not just one way in particular. But anyways, that's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed my review. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please do take it easy for me, alright? Bye.